What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity, Can't Fucking See, and you are here to check out my coverage of WWE Monday Night Raw live on March 3rd, 2025 in Buffalo, New York, and this is the first episode of Raw that's coming after the huge shock that took place at the Elimination Chamber. If you want to know more about that, you can check out my Elimination Chamber review that was just dropped earlier today. However, we're going to talk about right here John Cena winning the Elimination Chamber match, joining forces with The Rock, turning heel and attacking Cody Rhodes. John Cena hasn't been heel in over 21 years, and it's just been crazy. Everybody's been talking about it, and it was just a huge, crazy night. But let's talk about this edition of Raw. It's live in Buffalo. CM Punk comes out and destroys the announce table. Punk says, "Let's start this show with a bang. I'm liable to get us canceled from Netflix. Listen up, Dwayne, you bald fraud. You think you're immune from criticism. You pretend that you care about this business. I've never been so desperate to wear a fake title because I earn it. I would never sell my soul like John Cena did. We can all see right through you. You stole something from me at Elimination Chamber. You've been selling everyone's shit. I didn't give up. John Cena, you gave up on all those kids. I'm going to see you down the road, and you're going to make a wish that I never did. Little bro Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, you better come and get your man before I put him in a wheelchair." That's when Seth Rollins runs out and Seth and CM Punk attack each other on the stage. Guards come out and separate them. They fight around the ring. They fight over the announce table. They go in the ring. Guards separate them. And it was just craziness to start off Raw. And that's the type of crazy fucking chaos that's bound to happen with WrestleMania season right around the corner. Good start to Raw. We see Judgment Day talking backstage and Finn Balor sitting on the couch by himself. Dominic mentions about adding another member, and Finn says he's going to deal with Bron Breakker tonight, and they shouldn't add a new member. So clearly a new member is going to be added. Next, we see Otis with Akira Tozawa and Maxine Dupri taking on the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Gunther says, "Before I embarrass you, big boy, let me explain some things. I know you're strong, but you're just a freak. You belong in the same category as Jey Uso. These people pity you. Have you looked in the mirror? You can't find a belt that fits. I'm going to teach you about respect." And then Gunther lands a big boot to Otis before the bell even rings. Otis lands a fallaway slam to Gunther on the floor. They trade chops. Otis lands a spinning slam and a caterpillar elbow drop for a 2. Gunther hits a power bomb, and Gunther defeats Otis here. After the match, Gunther applies a sleeper on Otis. Gunther then lands a powerbomb to Akira Tozawa onto Otis. Jey Uso then runs out, and Gunther and Jey brawl. Jey lands a spear, but then A-Town Down Under come out and attack Jey Uso. Jey Uso takes control, but then Gunther applies a sleeper on Jey, and with some help from A-Town Down Under, Gunther has taken out Jey Uso here tonight on fucking Raw. I'm fucking up my words tonight. Don't mind me. Next up, we see the phenomenal AJ Styles backstage. He's shocked about John Cena selling out, and then Karrion Kross talks to AJ. AJ says maybe WWE needs a reminder for who I am, and next week at Madison Square Garden on Raw, I'm calling out Logan Paul. So that would be an interesting match, Logan Paul and AJ Styles. They're both high flyers, and they probably will have an amazing match if the two fight at Mania. Next up, WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria defends against Ivy Nile here. Lyra lands a Northern Lights bridge for a 2. Ivy lands a Dragon Leg screw whip off the top rope to Lyra. Lyra lands a set-out powerbomb. Lyra then lands a twisting neck breaker, but then Lyra's leg gives out. Ivy lands a set-out powerbomb for a 2. Lyra hits a backbreaker and lands a Night Wing, and Lyra Valkyria retains the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I'm not a huge Lyra Valkyria fan. She is like a bird girl. There's really no personality. Ivy Nile, same thing. I don't really know if there's a need for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, but Good match, nothing great. We then go backstage and we see Seth Rollins and CM Punk fighting each other and they brawl backstage. We then go to a commercial break and we come back where we see the Raw General Manager Adam Pearce speaking to Seth Rollins. Seth tells Pearce that he will do to CM Punk what he did to Roman Reigns. Adam Pearce books CM Punk versus Seth Rollins next week on Raw at Madison Square Garden in a steel cage match. And this is going to be huge. My prediction, I think we're going to get Roman Reigns versus Rollins versus CM Punk at WrestleMania. Someone's going to get involved in this cage, especially with Seth Rollins making reference to Roman Reigns here tonight on Raw. Next up, Ludwig Kaiser is in the ring. Kaiser says, I demand all of your gratitude. Last week, I took back the attention that Penta has had. You know I'm everything I say I am. I'm a future world champion. Penta, what John Cena did to Cody Rhodes is nothing compared to what I will do to you. After I'm done with you, you will know what fear feels like. And then Penta comes out and attacks Ludwig Kaiser and dives over the ropes onto Kaiser on the floor, shutting Ludwig Kaiser up once and for all here. Next up, we see Bianca Belair getting interviewed. Bianca says that she wants to focus on tonight, and she doesn't want to talk about Jade Cargill and Naomi. Bianca looks a little, shady here, and I want to talk about it. I wonder why. Next up, Chad Gable is seen in Mexico looking for somebody. The man that he sees is wearing like a poncho kind of, and he has a box, and he tells him that he must become Lucha to destroy it, and the man gives Chad Gable a box. Chad opens it, looks inside, smiles, and then the screen goes to black. So we don't know what it is. It's probably a mask. Interesting segment here with Chad Gable. Next up, we have the World Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders, defending against American Made here. Eric slams Ivar onto Brutus Creed. Julius lands a drop kick to Ivar off the top rope to the floor. We then see Ivar power slam Julius for a 2. Julius lands a belly to belly and an angle slam. Brutus lands a 450 splash for a 2. Julius lands a leaping superplex to Eric. Eric misses a moonsault. Julius lands a shooting star press to Ivar for a 2. Ivar cross by Julius Creed into the ring apron LED board. And then War Raiders land a War Machine to Brutus Creed to retain the World Tag Team Championships here. Great match between these teams. It went back and forth. I really like American Made and I really like War Raiders, so I'm glad that both these motherfuckers are going at it. Good tag team match. We come back and Finn Balor's in the ring and the Intercontinental champion Bron Breakker is in the crowd. Finn Balor says, you're still champion because Judgment Day has allowed you to be. Bron says, I'm still champion because I'm a dog. Last week I embarrassed the Judgment Day. Finn says, I chew up rookies like you for breakfast because I'm untouchable and can take that title whenever I want. The first time you step in the ring with me, dogs will watch me put you down. That's when Bron Breakker leaves the crowd, heads to the ring, but then Judgment Day attacks him. Finn Balor attacks Bron, but Bron gets the better of Finn, landing a military press power slam, and Bron Breakker shutting up Judgment Day and Finn Balor, embarrassing them here again on Raw. And we'll probably see an Intercontinental title match between the two at WrestleMania, most likely. We have made it to our main event. Bianca Belair comes out. She will take on the winner of this match at WrestleMania 41. WWE World Women's Champion Rhea Ripley defending the title against Iyo Sky here. A really good match. Rhea Ripley swings Iyo Sky into the ring apron and lands a suplex on the floor. Rhea lands a missile dropkick for a 2. Iyo lands a code breaker. Iyo then slams Rhea Ripley onto the apron. Iyo lands a DDT and a flying elbow drop for a 2 count. Iyo then applies an Oscar lock. Rhea hits a super back suplex, applies a prism lock, but Iyo is able to send Rhea Ripley's shoulder first into the ring post. Iyo then power bombs Rhea Ripley into the guard railing. Iyo lands an over the moonsault to the back of Rhea, but Rhea puts her foot on the ropes to break up the pinfall. Rhea drops the Iyo Sky onto the ring apron and announce table. Rhea then, for some reason, which is really fucking dumb, she gets in Bianca's Belair's face. They both push each other. Rhea then goes to the top rope and attempts to land a super riptide, but Iyo hits a super Hurricane Rana and lands an over the moonsault, and we have a shocking new WWE World Women's Champion in Iyo Sky I did not see this coming here. I thought Rhea Ripley was going to head to WrestleMania to defend against Bianca, but clearly something's up with Rhea Ripley. I just heard that she's supposedly going to be taking time off. We don't know why. That could be false, but Rhea lost the title here. And I love Iyo Sky, but Rhea fucking Ripley is mommy. And I was really surprised by this. My honest opinion, I think we're going to get a three-way. I think we're going to get Rhea versus Bianca and Iyo at WrestleMania, but who knows? All in all, this is a really good episode of Raw. Right now, WWE is buzzing everywhere because of the craziness that happened with John Cena. But the main takeaways from the show is that we know that AJ Styles is going to be calling out Logan Paul next week on Raw. We know that Seth Rollins will be taking on CM Punk inside a steel cage match next week on Raw. We saw Lyra Valkyria defeat Ivy Nile for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. The World Tag Team Champions War Raiders defeat American Made. Chad Gable gets the box trying to destroy Lucha Libre. And probably the main takeaway, Iyo Sky is the new World Women's Champion. WrestleMania season is heating up, so I definitely want you fuckers to stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, like, hit the notification bell on YouTube to stay notified when new content is created. We've got more Attitude Years coming your way. This weekend is AEW Revolution, so look for a recap on that. We've got SmackDown to cover. Also coming up shortly, WWE.com has listed on YouTube the 50 greatest WrestleMania matches ever. Expect a recap of that. Good stuff coming your way. Until next time, stay safe and stay unfucking censored.